gosh, we all know this too well. That there are habits that either makes us or break us. There are habits that causes anxiety, depression. There are habits that causes us to self-destruct. But then there are habits that once we implement, they change and enhance the quality of our lives. They literally help us to align with the versions of ourselves that God intended for us. They bring us so much peace. They help us with elevating in life. And those habits that I've been implementing have enhanced the quality of my life. It's helped me with shedding skin. It's helped me with getting closer to God. It's helped me with living such a peaceful, demure life. And I want to share those habits with you because I really believe that once you implement these habits, it's going to change your life. It's going to get you closer to God. It's going to remove the stress, the anxiety, the depression from your life. And it's going to fill your home, fill your life, fill your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit with so much joy, so much peace, and, just so much confidence, so much certainty. Okay. So, with that being said, we're going to dive right in. If you like my channel, if you like these videos, please do me a solid. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, share these videos with another woman you know for a fact could like it. Before we start with number one, I do have a question. What habits are you implementing in your life right now that you know for a fact is making you instead of breaking you? What are some habits that's been enhancing the quality of your life? Please go ahead and share in the comments below. These comments really, really help women. Not only does it help myself because I love just indulging in your comments and listening to advice. There are times where I even ask questions back, hoping that the person would respond to help me out. So please go ahead. If you have some habits that I do not mention in this video, go ahead and leave that in the comments. It's going to help the entire community. The first habit that I really believe every woman needs if you want to enhance the quality of your life is to prioritize your relationship with God. And I'm hoping that everyone here follow Christ because this is the channel for that. Prioritizing your relationship with God, understanding that everything good comes from God. It's so easy for us to get caught up in the world. It's so easy for us to get caught up in our heads, telling ourselves we can do this. We are able to do this. We're able to do that. We can make our dreams come true. We can do everything, right? But once you understand that you don't have to try as hard. You don't have to be more. You don't have to do more. Once you have God in your life and you build a relationship and you prioritize and you understand that God is my source, God is my foundation, whatever it is that I want to accomplish in this world, whomever it is I want to become, if I can just rest in God, if I can take my issues to God, if I can take all of me to God, that God is going to pour into me. But prioritizing God for me has been the number one thing that has enhanced the quality of my life. Having a relationship with God, just knowing that no matter what happens in this world, God has my back. And just that mindset, just knowing that you have God in your corner is going to change the way you move in the world. The next habit is becoming a morning person. Now, I know some people are rolling their eyes and they're just like, I don't have to wake up early to be able to, I don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. to be able to get the things done that I need to be done. For me, the reason why this has enhanced the quality of my life so much is that waking up is not me just waking up and jumping and starting to do work. Waking up early gives me time to just sit with God. I love when I wake up in the morning and the world is still still. It's still quiet, right? And I sit at my window and I just stare at the world. And that's when I imagine that God is sitting next to me. And I have time to breathe. I have time to make my tea. I have time to just talk to God. I have time to set my intentions before the world wakes up, before I have to start doing this and sending emails and showing up here and doing that. So when you can build that habit of waking up before the world does and just sitting with yourself, writing your to-do list, the things that you want to accomplish, or just simply staring at the window, taking deep breath, drinking your coffee or your tea, having a moment with God, setting your intentions before the day starts, it is just you're ahead of the game. The next habit that has enhanced the quality of my life is prioritizing fitness. Fitness for me now has become a lifestyle. Like, I don't wake up and tussle or fight with myself to go to the gym like how some people would, because it's just part of, like, it's almost like me brushing my teeth. It's just like a normal thing that I just naturally do now because I've built this habit and I've been consistent with it. But Fitness for me is therapeutic. When I'm able to go to the gym and move my body, when I'm able to run, when I'm able to lift weights, when I'm able to stretch my body in any way, whatever it is that I'm doing, when I'm able to just move, I feel clarity. I feel calmer. I have more energy. Like, this season that I'm in, fitness has literally been saving my life. I've never gone a day without being able to move my body. I've set a goal for myself to take 10,000 steps every single day, and that just helps my mental. So when you're thinking of fitness, I don't want you to going in just thinking, oh, it's because I want to look this way, but think about dealing with anxiety, think about dealing with depression, think about like all of the stresses of the world, right? Fitness literally help with that. Fitness can help with anxiety, depression. Fitness can give you the energy. Fitness can motivate you. Plus, fitness helps you look good. Fitness helps you move. Fitness helps you feel good. So if you're thinking of adding fitness to your routine and you haven't yet, which I believe all of my girls watching, you are into fitness, right? But if you're not and you're considering it, I highly recommend. If I promise you, just the way you move, just the way you think, the way you feel, every part of your life, every aspect of your life will be enhanced just by adding fitness. And if you need some ideas or some inspirations on what to do in the gym, my fitness routine is in the Pretty and Polished Glow Up Guide. The link is down below. The next thing has been being more mindful of the foods that I consume. Like, I don't do we know this? Can you let me know in the comments below? Just say I knew this. Just put it in the comments below if you knew this. I knew this, right? Let's start talking about this more. Do you know that the foods that you eat can affect your mood? Do you know that a lot of people are dealing with anxiety and depression and stress and all of that because of the foods they consume? If you knew that, can you put in the comments I knew this? But if you didn't, say I never knew that. Oh my gosh, please. If you knew this, just put in the comments I knew this. If you never knew this, just put I never knew this. Okay? Let's have more of these conversations because a lot of people don't understand the importance of eating. Like, proper foods, the importance of getting your nutrition in. That stuff affects our everyday life. From the thoughts that you're going to have, it comes from the foods that you eat. From the amount of energy you're going to get comes from the foods that you consume. Your sleep comes from the kind of foods you consume. Literally our entire lives, everything that we do, the decisions that we get to make, everything comes from the foods that we eat. So you would think that it's important that we would be mindful of what we're consuming. Just understand the importance of consuming the right kind of food. So when you're feeling depressed and you're dealing with anxiety and you have no energy and you're just not motivated, a lot of times it's because of what you're consuming. And if you can just change the way of eating, you're going to I promise you, sis, just trust me on this. Go a week. A week of saying I'm going to start eating real foods, no junk food, no processed foods. I'm going to start cooking more at home and start eating more like rice and protein and potatoes, just like real foods that's plant grown. And I promise you, and you make sure that you're getting in your fluids, right? And I promise you, by the end of the week, you're going to see such a difference in your energy, in your mindset, the way you carry yourself. Everything is going to be more enhanced simply because you started consuming real foods and you started becoming more mindful of what you consume. So when I started being more mindful of like what I ate and making sure that I was cooking more at home, my life changed. Okay, my mood was better, my energy was more enhanced, everything in my life was just better. I could think clearly. I felt like I could, when you wear glasses and you don't have your glasses on, where everything is like blurry, but then when you put your glasses back on, you're just like, oh, I can see clearly now, the fog is gone. Anyway, but that's how I usually feel when I go a week of just like eating better. So I highly recommend adding this into your routine. The next habit that has changed the game for me, I think I say this in every video, right? Um, it has been keeping my space, my environment cleaned and organized. There are seasons in our lives where we're going through a hard time. When there are seasons in my life when I'm going through a hard time, it's very important that my surroundings is cleaned and organized. Because when it's not, I feel scatterbrained. When it's not, I don't feel as pretty. I don't feel as feminine. I don't feel as confident. And that's an opening. Whenever you're in an environment where something is causing you to feel less than, that's an opening. An opening means that's a vulnerable spot for the devil to sneak in and do this, take over your mind. And he's going to fill your head with negative thoughts And then he's going to allow you to do the work by self destructing. And because I know this about myself, I understand the importance of keeping my space clean. It makes me feel empowered. It makes me feel confident. It makes me feel feminine. It makes me feel soft. But most importantly, it makes me feel I'm clear minded. Meaning I'm able to make sound decisions, meaning I'm able to come into my home and be as creative as possible because my surroundings is cleaned. I know where everything is in my house. That gives me peace. That makes me feel the best. That makes me want to do more. That makes me want to do better. That makes me feel like I can take over the world. So I highly recommend you start keeping your space clean, taking a day once a week to just organize. Like, I know it's exhausting because we have so much going on and life just happens to us. But, sis, part of being a woman, part of being a feminine woman, part of being a woman of God is that your surroundings needs to be clean. I usually only pray after I clean because I'm not welcoming God into a filthy home. Right? The devil's playground is a messy home. The devil's playground is, having chaos all over the place. So keep your space clean, and that is going to enhance the quality of your life. You're going to start feeling like you can do more and you would want to do more. The next habit is knowing when to disconnect with the world to reconnect with God. I feel like life gets so busy and we get so caught up doing everything and being there for everybody that we forget that we too need to be poured into. And believe it or not, the only way to be poured into properly, the only way to be able to pour into your soul is through God. It's reconnecting and recharging with God. Just how you may charge your car or just how you may charge your phone, right? We also need to be charged, and you don't get your charge from the world. My mistake has been in the past where I feel like I need to do more or I need to maybe go and get pampered, do this and do that, right? And nothing's wrong with getting pampered and self care. But when your soul needs self care, there's nothing in the world that can give that care, that pampered. It has to be from God. And so I've learned to get off social media, because we were not meant to consume as much content as we do. When you can disconnect and get off social media and stop mindlessly scrolling, when you can put that phone down, when you can turn off that device, when you can go outside and it's just you and this, it's scary. A lot of us don't even know how to do that anymore. And I just recently decided that I'm going to go back to that, right? Because there are times where I fall off and I get so consumed with the world. But then I think it was a few weeks ago, I was just restless. And I'm just like, what's going on? And I remembered I'm low on fuel. I call it I'm low on fuel. Whenever I'm feeling like anxiety and just anxious, it means that I need to fill up and it means I need to recharge. And I disconnected myself and I got off social media. And lately it's been so quiet. Lately it's been so quiet. I can hear God. I can hear and I have time to do the things that I need to do for myself. I can focus on pouring into me. But if you get away from the distractions, if you unplug from the world, then you have so much time to pour into yourself. You have so much time to address all of the uncomfortable things that you're running away from. And you may not want to do that. The devil doesn't want you to do that. Society doesn't want you to do that. So they're going to constantly keep draining you and putting all of these things in your hand. Play with this, do this, grab this, grab this. So that way you don't have time to focus on you and what's going on in your world. And I highly recommend, again, if you want to enhance the quality of your life, if you want to glow up, you need to learn when to switch off, when you need to get off social media, when you need to get away from the noise, unplug so that you can plug yourself back in and reconnect with God. The next game changer has been prioritizing taking care of my physical appearance. I don't know about you. You let me know. Tell me how you are with this kind of stuff. But when my hair isn't done, I think the last video, how to be more attractive or do this when you're not feeling attractive, right? Um, I'm a girl. And for me, how I show up in the world matters. And getting my hair done, doing my facials, whitening my teeth, pampering myself in that way, shaving my body, doing my nails, like smelling good. Those kind of things, they make me feel good. They make me feel empowered. They make me feel feminine. They make me feel pretty. They just make me feel attractive. And when I feel all of that, I move into the world as my best self, right? I can operate as my highest self. I can walk in any room and I can talk to anybody because I feel good. And that's the goal. The goal is for you to operate as your highest self, right? So of course, then it's important to prioritize the things that makes you feel that way. And that's why I prioritize, I have a maintenance schedule. Once a week, I do my hair. I wash my hair every week. I style my hair every week. I try and do my facials. I whiten my teeth. I do my nails once a month. But one of my girls said that she does her nails every 3 weeks. And I think I like that. So I think I may, be starting that. And, I shave my body. I make sure that I'm pampered, I'm cared for because I feel my best and I move into the world as my best self. So, sis, if you're having this kind of issue, I highly recommend creating a maintenance schedule and just taking time to just examine your body. Not, I don't want to be here telling you, oh, do this and do that. What do you think you need? Some people need to focus more on skincare because they don't have the best skin, but you may have perfect skin, but you are lacking focusing on your hair. Your hair is damaged, your hair is dry. So figure out what it is in your life, right? On your body, your physical appearance that you need to focus more on. And then just once a week, create a maintenance schedule and just focus on that. In the Pretty and Polished Glow Up Guide, I gave you details on how to take care of your hair. I gave you details on skincare, teeth care, medi pedis, shaving your body, dressing for your body type, finding the right outfits that complements your body, how to, posture yourself differently, how to position yourself as a feminine woman, your mindset. I talk about pretty much everything to enhance your physical appearance. So if that's something you're looking for help on, the link is down below. The next habit, I know I talked about fitness already, but this is a little different, okay? Because when I say fitness, I'm talking like, running, I'm talking lifting weights, I'm talking moving my body. But this one is walking. And I mentioned that I walk 10,000 steps a day now. Wow. Walking has enhanced the quality of my life so dramatically. Like I never thought that I would even add this as a habit because I've already talked about fitness, but when I leave the gym, during the day I make sure that I'm standing. During the day I make sure that I go outside and I go for a walk. I am intentional about getting sun. I'm intentional about getting fresh air, and I'm intentional about just being in nature. It calms my mind. It relaxes me. It makes me feel like the sky isn't falling. It just, this is where all of my best ideas come from, just simply walking. Sometimes I listen to gospel. Sometimes I listen to, some kind of educational stuff. Sometimes I'm just quiet. I'm just listening to the birds chirping. I'm just listening to my thoughts. Sometimes I just turn my thoughts off. I just turn my voice off and I just walk slowly. I'm not even exercising. Like I'm not like I got to do, you know what I mean? I'm just walking, and I just make sure that I get 10,000 steps every day. This is something that I recommend that you add into your routine is just walking. You don't have to get 10,000 steps. I said before, I started off with 5,000 steps. I figured I could do more. So I moved it up to 10,000 steps. Just being intentional and saying every day I'm going to walk 3,000 steps. Every day I'm going to walk 5. I'm going to walk 7. So if you do decide to do this habit, how many steps are you going to take? I want to know in the comments below. This is how you know that we're becoming adults because the next habit is like, girl, what? Adding electrolytes to my water. Adding electrolytes to my water. So you hear people saying, add electrolytes, add electrolytes. I think who was it? I think he's a football player. God, I can picture his face, but I'm not a sports person. He's a what's his name? What's his name? You guys, maybe if you do, can you put it in the comments below? I'm looking at him right now. He's an older is he a football player? Yeah, he's a football player. And he mentioned before they were asking him what's one of the secrets to, how come you're old and still playing and whatnot. And what is his name? I think his wife wanted him to retire, but he didn't retire, and then he got a divorce or something, and now he's retiring or something. Come on, you guys, help me out with this. Who is he? Put him in the comments below. But then anyway, he was just saying that one of the things that has helped him with just like showing up as his best self was adding electrolytes to his water, right? So here I go, da 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 da, grab electrolytes, liquid IV, threw it in my water, and one day as I drank it, I was just up. I had so much energy. I did so much that day, and I'm just like, huh? Is that what this does to you? Girl, when I tell you that changed the game for me, I felt hydrated. I felt energized. I just felt alive. Okay, I felt alive. And since then, there will never be a day where I'm drinking water without adding electrolytes. Like, it's a game changer for me. So, if you want to boost your energy, your mood, if you just want to be that girl, and and it also helps with sweetening your water. So, if you're someone that has like issues with getting in water, putting like strawberries or lemon drop into your water, whatnot, it's going to change the game for you. Yeah. Turning my phone off before bed. So I realized that when I didn't turn off my phone before bed, I would be in bed just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and that would cause me to be restless. And then when I started leaving my phone in the living room on charge and going to the bedroom, I was more relaxed and I slept better. And I woke up in the morning in a better mood. And I tried it multiple times to see if, that was a real thing. And it actually was. Every night when I slept with my phone in the bedroom, I just scrolled mindlessly, you know? And then the nights that I didn't, I felt better. I felt more calm. I felt relaxed. I was able to sleep through the night. I was able to wake up and not grab my phone right away. I was able to wake up and do what I need to do, speak with my man, just enjoy ourselves before waking up and going to the gym and grabbing my phone. And I would actually sit and talk to God before even grabbing my phone. And that enhanced the quality of my life. For some reason, that made me feel calmer and more focused. So I started doing that. So, if you don't want to have to deal with the anxiety, all of that stuff, I recommend leaving your phone outside, away from your bedroom, turning off the TV if you can, and just consume something positive, like maybe read a book or maybe just relax and just do something that calms you before bed. This habit, more of a reminder, is reminding myself, telling myself that, hey, Nana, Rome wasn't built in a day, but it needs to be built every day. The sky isn't falling, and you're going to be okay. Okay. I am someone that I feel like when I'm not productive every hour of the day, I'm a failure. When things are not getting done the way it needs to be, like when I'm not just checking things off my list, I'm not doing enough. I'm not enough. I'm being vulnerable and honest here. And then I operate from this masculine energy of like, I have to do more. I have to work. I have to do this. I have to do that. And I burned out. By the end of the week, I am drained. I'm exhausted. I want nothing to do with anything. I'm just, ugh, I'm rough. I'm tough. And I don't like that feeling. I didn't like that feeling. So one week, I took some time and I just told myself, I don't even know where I got the saying from. I just remember telling myself that I'm leaving the room, randomly just talking to myself. And I'm like, I'm leaving the room. And I don't know what I meant by that. And then I started telling myself when I was in the shower, I lit candles and I was in the shower and I was talking to myself and I'm like, I'm leaving the room. I'm leaving the room that tells me that I have to do more. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to be this. I'm leaving the room that makes me exhausted. I'm leaving the room that makes me feel judged. I'm leaving whatever it is, whatever room that just makes me feel like I have to operate from this masculine role of like having, what did I achieve today? I'm leaving that room. And I told myself that room wasn't built in a day. And I don't have to achieve and be everything in one day. If I'm going to be alive tomorrow, then that means there's room to be able to do more. And so I told myself that I'm just going to do like one to three things every day. And sometimes, even if it's just taking a shower and washing my hair, that's okay. I have to be okay with saying that's enough. Like for us women, some of you that probably relate to this, where we tie our values to our accomplishments. And this is something that I am working with. I feel like if I didn't accomplish today, if I didn't accomplish something today, I am not, I just wasted my life. But that's not true. And if you can shift your thinking and understand that some days just showing up, it's okay. Some days, if I do 5,000 steps instead of 10, it's okay. The thing is, though, the saying goes, Rome wasn't built in a day, Nana, but Rome has to be built every day. So I don't want you to put the pressure of the world on your shoulders, making you feel like you have to accomplish every single thing in one day. It's okay to rest. It's okay to leave that thing for tomorrow. But as long as you still show up today, I don't want you to get that lazy mindset of, oh, I don't have to do it today. No, we're not procrastinators. As long as, and that's why I have the weekly planner. Like you guys, I swear by the weekly planner because again, this method of room not being built in a day, if I get it done within that week, I have my week goals, right? As long as I achieve the goal that week, I won the week. And that's it. I don't have to achieve or yeah, I don't have to achieve everything in the day. I just have to achieve it in the week. So there are times where I would write something on Tuesday and then I'm just like, you know what? I did two things already. I'm tired. I'm done with it. That's fine because on Wednesday, I'm going to make sure I get that thing done that I didn't do on Tuesday. Or on Friday, I'm going to make sure I do that thing that I didn't do on Tuesday on Friday. As long as it gets done within that week, you still accomplished it. You still showed up. Get the weekly planner because that's going to change your life. That's going to enhance the quality of your life. That's going to help you be disciplined. And when it comes to breaking negative habits or building positive habits, I literally have a habit tracker that tracks every single day to make sure that you're either doing it or you're not doing it. Okay, so that's been a reminder. That's been something that's changed my life. Just understanding that, hey, Nana, Rome isn't built in a day. You can rest. You don't have to do everything today. You can breathe. It's okay. The sky isn't falling. But hey, Nana, just to make sure you have the week to get it done. So make sure that you still show up. The next habit is being intentional about constantly learning and challenging myself. I'm constantly listening to like podcasts or videos on topics that I don't know, but topics that I know can change my life, can enhance the quality of my life. And I'm constantly challenging myself. And like for me, all things that makes me better, I'm game for. No matter how hard it is, if you tell me this is going to enhance the quality of my life, this is going to make me more money, this is going to do this for me, I'm on board. Learn a new skill, learn new things, challenge yourself every single day. The goal mind, being selective with my access, game changer. Did you know? I think we've talked about this before. You know how like expensive brands or expensive items, they price them however they want and people go and buy them, right? People are buying them because not everyone can have it. I've mastered this thing of building a bubble around me or being on a certain level on my life. And I don't care to indulge in conversations or with people or give access to people that's not on that level or higher. It doesn't mean I'm better than anybody because God knows my heart. But it just means that I don't want to be on that level. And I don't want to give you access to me because you're not deserving of me. Okay. This is the not saying people are of low value, but people have low value behaviors, right? Can we acknowledge that? So I'm not just going to give access to just anybody. And the thing is, because people know that I don't just give access, like you're never just like, you don't go places looking for me. You call me. You know what I mean? Like, right? So, like, because I'm such a very closed, selective person, I feel like when I am in people's presence or when I am, when I do show up certain places, I feel like the energy is different. The energy is as expected because that's what I've chosen to give access to. Life just becomes different for you. The quality just enhances. And then lastly, we'll talk more about this in the next video, but this changed the game for me. I started therapy. And for the longest, I thought, why do I need therapy if I have God? Why do I need therapy if I pray? That conversation is for the next video. But these are the healthy habits that I have implemented in my life that has changed the game for me, that has kept me on the top shelf, that has kept peace in my life, that has kept me closer to God, keeping me closer to God, just helping me with becoming a better version of myself, helping me with shedding skin, helping me with becoming the version of myself that God intended for me. And it's not going to be an easy thing to just implement all of these. Some of you are already implementing some of these. So go ahead down below, let me know which habits you are already implementing, and then go ahead and share, of course, some of the habits that I did not mention that you're implementing that you think think would be best for all of the girls to, start implementing into our lives. Now, let's go ahead and say a quick prayer. Father God, thank you. Thank you for another video. Thank you for giving me the energy. Thank you for giving me the confidence, the tools. Thank you for decreasing me so that you may be increased to talk to your daughters through this way. Thank you for making me a vessel. I pray that the person that needs to hear this the most hears this video and they take habits and they start implementing it. And I pray that it does exactly what you want it to do in their lives, change and enhance the quality of their lives and bring them closer to you. Whatever season my sisters are in right now, as I am in seasons myself, I ask that we feel your presence. May you please go into those seasons, into those storms, the weather, the winter, fall, summer, whatever it is that we're in. And just let us feel your presence, whether it's stretching season, whether it's pruning season, whether it's dry season or harvest season. We just ask that your hands is in it with us so that we can feel your presence and continue to give us the strength, the endurance that we need, Lord, to go through those seasons, trusting and believing in you. I thank you, God, for all you do and continue to do. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. I love you. And remember all the glow up tools that you would need when it comes to one on one coaching. You and I just jumping on a call and just talking, having girls talk, whether we're drinking tea, wine, or whatsoever. We're just chatting and we're creating a detailed game plan to help you get your life where you want it to be. If you want to get the planner to help you stay on track with building healthy habits, breaking bad habits, and just building discipline, also there's scriptures in every week to help you just stay close to God. If you need to get the Pretty and Polished Glow Up Guide, which just gives you a rundown of how to take care of yourself as a feminine woman, all of those are down in the link below. Go ahead and take full advantage of it, okay? And remember that you're beautiful. The world is yours, and God is always with you, no matter what season you're in. Even when it does not feel like He is, I promise you He is. We just have to trust Him in these seasons, okay? I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.